Unraveling Indonesia. We use the analogy as like, we feel that Indonesian cuisine is like a very richly embroidered fabric. We unravel parts of like this fabric or the culture of the cuisine, and then we put it back together in a little bit of a different way, in more of a modern way. But our best-selling items for the snack items are the kalangan. Yeah, base of soto Betawi in the bottom. Yeah, it's something we started off on brunch and become very popular, so we thought we'd put it on the a la carte menu, so we get a lot of good feedback on it. Your rendang is very good, and you know what I really do it? I can tell you cook it the old way. The old slow way. It's usually you would be right, but my name's pronounced Scene actually. Scene. Yeah. Unraveling Indonesia. We use the analogy as like we feel that Indonesian cuisine is like a very richly embroidered fabric. You know, there's so many textures and layers and techniques into it. So we use an analogy so we unravel parts of like this fabric or the culture of the cuisine, and then we put it back together in a little bit of a different way, in more of a modern way. You know, in two parts we keep original recipes. Right? We don't mess around with the recipes a lot. We try and keep it authentic as possible, but then we do presentations a little bit differently. So we try and have some fun and we make things pop. And the second part of it, the team and I are really passionate about Indonesian ingredients. We believe that Indonesia's got some amazing product out there. So we try and bring in the product and present it in different ways. Whether it's like things like belambing wulu, and then we pickle it, and then we mix it with chocolate in desserts. So we just go around looking for different ways to use up Indonesian ingredients and promote the great produce that Indonesia has. Whether it's natural or things like coffee, which has been, and chocolate, which has been introduced also, and then things like cheese now, which is also coming up. Some artisan cheesemakers also in.
From Bali.
Yeah, Bali, and also in Java now there's a couple of new guys also. Very nice. What happened? It's a very good question. I think we had a conversation with a friend of ours a long time ago, like a lady with Patty Elliott, right? Yeah. And she was actually she's making the comment that she felt that, you know, Indonesian food is going to come into its own in Indonesia, but she made the comment that she felt like sometimes that things need to be qualified in Singapore, perhaps, as you know, as it is an international food before it becomes widely acceptable here, or in a higher level cuisine. So I think there's different restaurants there's different factors in play in that. I think people are becoming, I think Indonesia is very passionate about its food. But I think it's good now that people are taking it in an elevated level, especially in presentation and taste. So I don't think it's one thing, I think it's probably different factors. We probably started off around 8 years ago. We started focusing more towards it, I would say. Especially here in Pa.So.La. And then we started doing also some of the mixes, you know, or presentations also in the banqueting also. But probably 8 years ago, I'd say we started. We started doing some wine dinners and dinners with Patty Elliott, like I mentioned before, and a couple other partners who sort of got us interested or in that direction. So that's probably when we started. Yes and no. In some ways, I think the combination of spices, because you know, the guys in the team obviously have the experience of home, or like, you know, it's like a sixth sense, like putting them together, the combinations. So they can do they're very good at creating the bumbus and the salsas and getting the unique flavors and things. And then sometimes they get together in little groups and they do group tastings. And then I usually put in my 2 cents worth as well, and we do the tastings together to get you know, they tell me what's authentic, and then sometimes I suggest things, or we try a little bit different twist on things. So it's very much a team effort. But for me to get the obviously the flavors and things, yes, it takes some time to get what I think is authentic, because obviously I haven't grown up with it. So, and then also different people say what's authentic comes from have different perspectives also. Oh yeah. And then we have people like from Central Java come up on the weekend and they say, oh, it's not sweet enough or it's too sweet. And I was like, you know, in some ways, it's for me in some ways similar to almost Italian in some ways, you know, in a very abstract way. I think we do things like soup buntut, things also things like rendang. We do it the slow way, the old way. It's not done in a fast way. And even we use a starter, which is very much like we used to do things like when I used to make ossobuco and things for Italian, which is braised veal shank. We also used to use some of the old stock into the new one as a sort of a flavouring base. So in some ways I feel that the techniques are a little bit similar. Yes, but our best-selling items for the snack items are the gorengan. All our best-selling for like our snack items are always gorengan. So we just brainstorm with a new way to do something in gorengan, right? So we come up with the donut and we put the brisket inside it. So we thought we'd try a little bit of a twist on a sort of a barbecued beef brisket. So we do it with the Bumbu Rujak. It's really one of our favourite sauces. It's something that we really worked at in the last 18 months, I think. It's really one of our favourite, yeah, we like it very much. And we've even put in some Aceh Gale coffee in it, which we thought really goes with it as well. So we really like it very much. And we get a lot of comments also back in from the buffet, and we also put it in the club on our executive floor on the weekends. So we also get feedback. You know, it's a good dish for families, especially. We always have to be a little bit careful with the chili, you know. So, but yes, we try and keep it middle of the road. Yeah, base of Soto Betawi in the bottom. Yeah, it's something we started off on brunch and become very popular, so we thought we'd put it on the a la carte menu. So we get a lot of good feedback on it. Plus it's really pretty unique presentation as well. Yeah, we have to be careful when you go to regions because you get some people like, especially give us specific feedback, right? So no, we just really try and work out what people would like, obviously what's popular. We try and do different presentations and things. Yeah, Marriott International is very passionate about it, and so we're asked to follow guidelines, and we're very happy to do it. And actually, for us in Indonesia, it's very easy because it's very easy for us to source farmed fish and really good quality fish also. So I believe it's off the Thousand Islands, the Garouper, but I could be wrong. Yeah, no, I think it works into the double very nice. Because we used Dabu-Dabu on a la carte. It's actually been one of our best sellers for a long time. So we thought we'd give it a twist, so we move up to Garouper. And we also got some really nice gold beets out of Central Java. So there's a farmer there who does some really nice products. So we tried it out and we thought nice colour, pops up as well. And then I think the beets also, we also roast them off in a souring agent as well, like vinegar. So it works very well, we think, with the Dabu-Dabu. So the Mille Feuille, we have a grill section on the new menu coming up, and so we actually thought there's a great restaurant in Sydney which does all their things off a fire grill. So we thought it was a great idea, and they do a Mille Feuille, but we thought you'd give a little bit of an Indonesian twist. So we made it with a fresh mango, and then we make a marmalade from the beautiful limes we get here in Indonesia, very fragrant, the limes. So we make the fresh mango in sauce, and also we give a bit of a souring agent, a bit of a kick with a freshly made lime marmalade. We use a harum manis. Yeah, personally I like the Gedong mango, very fragrant. Indonesia, we only probably have with seasonality is mangoes actually. Mangoes and fruit, the jackfruit comes in. And then during the really heavy rainy season in January, we don't, when there's not much sunlight, it's a bit of a challenge to get lettuce. Because of the sun doesn't penetrate through the clouds. And so we have real challenges sometimes getting vegetables in the heavy rainy season. But otherwise now it's pretty well available year round, except some of the fruits probably. Does that answer your question? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. It's always great to see the team work together and have fun, you know, come up with new things. I think it's always very rewarding, like to be a team leader and you see all the guys come in and say, oh, we tried this, we tried that, right? And then, you know, and then people get excited, especially we see the young guys also suddenly sort of like big eyes come in, you know, and then, you know, being creative sometimes is not easy, but then it pays off in reward when you come up with something, you know, and you have really good comments back. I think that's one of the things about being a chef or any industry where you have to use your creativity is not always easy, but then the reward comes off when, you know, when you have guests who give you compliments for the dinner. And the second part of it, like I say, is having fun with the team and, you know, keeping the enthusiasm, keeping them inspired, keeping to try out new things, you know, so they also learn and grow for their future career also through being creative and, you know, focusing on quality, sourcing product, learning new ways to use product. You know, so it's an evolution. I guess when you say that, one thing that always stuck with me is one time we got called out to the restaurant and we have a rendang, but we make it with beef cheeks. So it's very, very glutinous feel of it. And the gentleman at the table says, you know, your rendang is very good. And you know what I can tell you cook it the old way. Yeah? You cook it the old slow way. And I thought, wow, that's pretty...
You did?
Yeah, we cook it very. The guys do very slow cooking, but he could tell. He came out and he said, "Well done." So I guess when you have people like that who give you the little bit of the insight to it, it's pretty special.
Thank you, that's all.
My pleasure.